Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today, not yesterday, I apologize for not releasing it yesterday, we're going to talk about all of the new anniversary sales going on right now. I know a lot of people save up their spending to do it during the anniversary and do it during Black Friday when the deals are a lot better. And so I wanted to cover that with you and sort of give you an idea for what my strategy is going to be. Now, obviously, I know that this video is not very appealing to free-to-play players, and there's not really anything I can do about that. But yeah, for those of you that spend on the game, this is basically the route you could take, not necessarily the route that you want to take. Now, one thing before we get into all the details that I can't cover in this video just yet is the secret shop bingo, because that is not live yet. It's going to be live, as you can see here, in about 2.5 hours. But the bingo is pretty complicated, especially if it's a first time for you. So I want to leave that, like I'll do a second video where I showcase the bingo and I showcase some of my moves on the bingo. So anyways, let's jump into the new shop. The shop, there's so many things in the shop now, it's pretty overwhelming. So I'm basically just going to give items a pass or a fail. It's pretty straightforward. Fail means that I think it's overpriced and it's really only for big time whales who don't care about that. And then a pass means that it has enough value in it to sort of justify some of its cost. Now, standard PSA with all of these kinds of videos that I make about spending in mobile games, it's always at your discretion. I don't know what your budget is like. I don't know what your financials look like. So don't go into debt spending on this game, but I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't give financial advice. But yeah, you know, people will, you know, why would I pay $20 in Marvel Future Fight when I could have a $20 movie ticket and popcorn? Yeah, absolutely, dude. If the $20 movie and popcorn experience for 2 to 3 hours gives you more value than this does, then do that, right? It's all about what gives you more value, what, you know, because that's what your entertainment budget is. You're spending money to entertain yourself. So anyways, if you're eating ramen noodles to to afford MFF, you're doing it backwards. All of these here, I can't even fit them all on the screen. There's so many of them now. From the greed, energy, judgment, regen, destruction, refinement, authority, and rage. They're all exactly the same. You get 100 crystals, which is a pittance. They literally just put the 100 crystals there so they could put the crystals in front of the box to make it look more appealing. And then you open the box and you have a 20% chance to get a brilliant and an 80% chance to get a mighty. This is essentially the same odds, almost the same odds as if you were to do the reforging yourself. The difference here is you don't need to use the reforging cubes and you don't need to have a bunch of spare CTPs. However, these are a fail. These are a fail because they're just simply too expensive. If it was like 3,000 crystals, or if the price was maybe dropped by 30-40%, I would say it's a pass, but it's a fail personally, especially since there's an 80% chance. There's a very good chance you're just going to end up with a mighty CTP. And paying, let me tell you right now, paying $70 Canadian for a mighty CTP means that I'm paying $35 for each CTP, because you can make a mighty yourself 100% guaranteed, right? So I open this one, I get a mighty rage. I basically just paid $35 for one rage CTP and $35 for the other rage CTP, and then I just mashed them together. That is a colossal waste of value, especially since we know that the discounts are coming soon for these here, right? Like, this is going to end, the one for the destruction is going to end, and then it's either going to be rage or it's going to be all CTP chance up, and it's going to be 40% off. Chances are you can pull, you know, $35 is almost 4,000 crystals. Chances are you can pull a couple rages in the time it takes to spend half. So yeah, these are all fails here. I don't want to spend too much time on it. I know that whales love these because they like gambling, and it's like gambling within gambling. But yeah, it's pretty bad. This one, on the other hand, the 8-year card crafting pack, this one's kind of appealing. I don't know if I give it a pass or a fail. It's somewhere in the middle. It's really on the edge of pass fail. 1,000 crystals, really not a lot for $70, but you do get 2 premium cards, random ones, but you do get 2 premium cards, and then you get 5 mythic cards to help you reroll. I wish it was more, like 10 mythic cards, but this one's not bad. It's honestly not bad. These ones here, the 8-year tier 3 selector and the 8-year transcendent selector, I don't like these. These are really, in my opinion, they're fails because although they feature more characters, so I think the regular selector You know, doesn't feature Elektra, doesn't feature Kingpin, the one that they gave us for free, right? Doesn't feature Gwenpool, Miss Marvel. It doesn't feature those characters. However, the best characters are the ones that are free anyways. Like the free tier 3 selector has the best characters because of tier 4 and because you can take these characters to level 80. So all of the characters you can see that are added through this new selector, like, you know, Shuri's great. Don't get me wrong, Shuri is great. Morgan Le Fay, if you had her seasonal uniform. Wong, you know, these characters are good. Jane Foster, but they're only tier 3, right? They're only tier 3. And the ones that can go past tier 3, Storm, Ant-Man, Spider-Man, they're all available in the free selector. So just get the free selector. And then as far as Transcendence goes, Transcendence is easier now than ever to do because of Alliance Battle Legend. You can farm up enough materials to transcend at least 2 characters every month for free, which is really good. And then also, again, a lot of the characters that are featured here that are not featured in the free one are just not that good. They're not Vulture, Moon Girl. Like these are not good characters, my dude. They're not good characters. So yeah, I think both of those are a fail. I think they're priced a little bit too high. The 8-year tier 3 relay special. Now this one is very spicy as far as the cost goes. You do get a first potential realization ticket, which is taking a character from 60 to 70. You do get a tier 3 mega ticket. Then you get another tier 3 mega ticket. And you get another first potential realization ticket. Now, the interesting thing here is that the last relay, the last step of the relay costs 4,000 crystals. So you can basically deduct the 4,000 crystals from the 5,000 that you get in the first one. And you can basically look at it as if you buy 2, you're going to get 9,000 crystals, and then you're going to get everything on all 3 tiers. Now, it basically gives you 2 tier 3 tickets. So, yeah, like, in my opinion, this is still a fail, but this is a lot closer to being valuable than this. Because if you compare this to this, right, it's quadruple the cost, but it gives you twice as many tier 3s. It lets you tier 3 whoever you want. Like, you can even use the mega tier 3 ticket on someone like Professor X or Magneto if you have them tier 2, right? And it gives you tier 3 materials, so it gives you more flexibility and it gives you a lot more crystals. But it's still very expensive. I still think this is a fail, but it's, again, we're sort of working our way towards the pass offers. The 8-year anniversary relay pack. A lot of people have been talking about this one because you get tier 4 materials. Unfortunately, the first 2 steps are just way too expensive. Way too expensive for what you get. This is absolutely a fail. Second potential realization ticket. This is okay. Like, it's not that great. It saves you 4 days, a maximum of 4 days. It could save you 0 days if you get the character's potential in 1 day. So yeah, it's not that great. This one, level 10 potential enhanced ticket. This doesn't even take you all the way, by the way, because it goes up to 12. So I think this only takes the character to like level 76, which is such a weird thing to do. I don't know why they didn't just make this one a max one. They just got greedy. They should have put something else here, right? If they had put tier 4 materials here in the second tier, I would say that this is worth it. But it's not. No, this is not worth it. To get, like, these 2 are just not that much. And if you have the resources to tier 4, like 10 million gold is kind of whatever. But bro, you're asking me to spend $300? This is not good, bro. This is not good at all. No, this is not good at all. This is a massive fail. Massive fail. 8-year special pack. This is honestly, this honestly might be the best deal that we've seen so far. It's not the best deal, but might be the best deal we've seen so far. Because you get 12,000 crystals, plus you get a uniform that you can buy at any time with a uniform ticket, as long as it's not a brand new uniform, and you get 10 million gold. All of that for just that cost, right? That's not in 2,000 Nordstones, 2,000 BAM. That's not bad. The second step, honestly, Transcended potential ticket. It just it automatically. It's like a tier 3, mega tier 3 ticket, but for transcended characters. It's pretty good. 20 million gold's nice. I think this is still like this one's teetering between pass and fail. I'll explain why it's teetering between pass and fail, but yeah, that's basically what it is. And then the 8-year event packs. These are pretty. They're okay, to be honest. They're basically the same. They're not really good, but they're basically the same as all of the other token event packs. They're not different or unique. The only difference now is you get a little bit bonus because you double dip the tokens, right? You get the 350 tokens, and then you can get 30 or 80 of the 8-year anniversary tokens. So this could have more value if you are buying a lot of the other packs that I just told you are bad, and then you're getting a lot of the 8-year anniversary tokens. Personally, like, just to tell you guys, I'm probably not going to be getting any of the 8-year tokens to use in this shop, because I think all of the packs that give you 8-year tokens are bad. Like, genuinely, I'm not, the ones that I just went over, I'm not buying, I'm not touching any of those. They're terrible, right? They're just bad. Like ask yourself this, right? Ask yourself this. If you want tier 4 materials, so you're looking at this pack, why wouldn't you just take the money that you would have spent on this pack and just buy the tier 4 packs? You get way more tier 4 materials. Now, you get fewer crystals, that's true, but we'll cover the crystals later and how crystals are cheaper right now anyways. So it's easier to get crystals now. So yeah, I just don't understand why the last step, like 1500 carbonadium, is nothing. This could be 25% of what you need to tier 4 a character. 25% for $40, like it just doesn't make any sense, right? I know it's slightly better than what they give you with the normal tier 4 pack, which is over here. Like, I understand that it's more, but it's still not enough to justify the fact that you have to buy the first 2 steps for 140 a piece. So those 2 first steps at 140 and 140, why wouldn't you just buy the tier 4 pack twice, and you get 200 8-year tokens and you get 7,000? So I can buy the full relay, right? I can buy this full relay and I get 25% of what I need to tier 4 a character. Or I can spend less and get the full amount that I need to tier 4 a character. I wonder which one I'm going to choose. That's a tough decision. So yeah, I'm not really sure what they were thinking with that one there. It's a little undercut. The 8-year anniversary celebration chests, these are very straightforward. We see these all the time. Nothing really to talk about here, except if you want some of those 8-year anniversary tokens. The 8-year super deal, honestly, this is one of the best. This is a big pass. This is one of the best sales. It's so weird. It's so weird. Like, it's so weird. They just have a bunch of really bad shit. It's anchoring. I know what it is. It's a marketing trick. It's called anchoring. You can Google it later if you want to know more about it. Basically, yeah, this looks really good. You get now it looks really good. You have to make sure that you can make use of it. If you're a whale, this is not necessarily a good offer, right? Like, I have 3 mega tier 2 tickets. I have like 50 6-star mega rank up tickets. And I'm not bragging. I'm just explaining why this deal is not good for me. And then I'm going to be getting a bunch of the mega uniform upgrade tickets. I'm going to be getting 5 of them from the bingo. So basically, for me, the way that my account is developed currently, this pack is only really going to give me 1,000 crystals and the tier 4 selector. Sorry, the 4-star selector. That's it. But the 4-star selector is nice. Look at this. It goes all the way back to the beginning. So if you want to go all the way back to the beginning and pick up Sharon Rogers, or you want to pick up Wolverine or whoever, you can do that, right? You can go back and get Emma, etc., etc. Now, there are other artifact selectors in other sales and in the bingo, which also go back to the beginning. So it's not exclusive to this one here. I don't want to make it seem too good, but it's still something to note. So yeah, this one actually is a pass, but make sure that you can utilize all of the 4 items, and also make sure, like, consider if you're going to be doing the bingo gives you a lot of mega rank up tickets, like 6-star mega rank up tickets, and it gives you a lot of mega uniform tickets. So if you're doing the bingo, this might be a fail instead of a pass. And then we have the 8-year crystal pack. You spend 6,000 crystals, you get a mega rank up ticket, a mega tier 2, you get a CTP selector, and then you get 3 million gold and 100 boost. This one, it's a little bit expensive, but again, if you can use, like, if you have a 1-star Professor X, or you have a 1-star Carnage or something, and you can utilize the mega rank up and the mega tier 2 and the CTP, I think this is worth 6,000 crystals. I think this is slightly a pass. Not as good as the last one, but I still think it is a pass. One thing that I can't show you guys because it's not live just yet, it's going to be live in a few hours, but all of these chests, right, the card chest, the custom, the CTP chest, the Odin's Blessing chest, they're going to be 40% off. And when they rotate to being 40% off, they're also going to rotate to change what's available, and it's just going to be all premium card chance up and all CTP chance up. I believe that's what they do. For the CTP, they might just do rage. I don't know, but you can see here that the timer on the right there, it expires, right? It changes in 2 hours because it's going to be changing to something that's much more valuable, and also 40% off. 40% off ends up lowering the price from $675 per 10 pull to 420. And this is where I think the majority of the value is obscured, but where it actually lies. So I basically spent the first 10 minutes of this video explaining how all of these packs are bad. So you're probably wondering, Alex, how are you going to be spending money, right? Like if all these packs are bad, how does Marvel Future Fight make any money? Well, this is the secret here. You go over to the currency tab, and right now they have a deal where they're giving you a lot more crystals when you purchase just the crystals raw, right? Just crystals, no pack with other stuff, just the crystals. As you can see here, especially on the highest one there, you usually get 11,000 crystals plus like an extra 1,000. They're almost doubling it. It's 11,000 plus 8,000. So you're getting almost 20,000 crystals for that one purchase. Remember all those packs where it gives you a bunch of stuff, but it gives you like 5,000 crystals, 8,000 crystals, sometimes 9,000 crystals. So this is more than double the number of crystals for the same price. So if you look at any of those packs, just ask yourself, would I want this pack, or would I want 20,000 crystals, right? And that's basically the answer. You would want the crystals. So this is the strategy. Essentially, you just load up on crystals, and you can spend them in any way that you desire, right? You can buy a shitload of crystals and then buy all the deluxe packs and buy all the legendary battles. Or you could buy a bunch of crystals and then buy all the uniforms that you need and just stock up on uniforms so you have characters to build throughout the rest of the year. You could buy a bunch of crystals and then save them. You could buy a bunch of crystals and save them. And then as the updates come out, you can discount buy, right? Because you bought the crystals in bulk one time. This is basically like going to Costco, right? That's basically what it works out to. It's going to Costco. So what I'm going to do, and what a lot of players do, is they bulk up on crystals. They get like 40,000, 50,000 crystals. I know it's a lot, but it ends up being a lot cheaper than doing it at any other time of the year, right? So you buy a bunch of crystals, and then you use those crystals to do other things that are that give you a lot of resources, right? Like a lot of items. So instead of buying this, right, you buy a bunch of crystals, and then tomorrow or today at the reset, when this is 40% off, you use those crystals to gamble, and then you have chances to reforge CTPs your own way, right? Or you instead of buying that pack, for example, right, instead of buying this pack that gives you 2 premium cards for $70 and it gives you 1,000 crystals, just go ahead and buy the $70 pack for crystals. It's going to give you 5,000. It's going to give you about 9,000 crystals. As you can see there, it's actually a little bit more than 9,000. It's like 9,300 crystals. So it gives you almost 10,000 crystals instead of 1,000, right? And then you take those crystals and you go and you gamble in the card chest when it's discounted in a few hours. Even if you don't get, you can do the math on this. Even if you do not get a single premium card in 20 pulls, which is very unlikely, but even if you do this, even if you open the 10 times, 20 times, which is opening up 200 chests, that's going to cost you 8,400 crystals. That's less than you paid, right? You still have a surplus of crystals left. And because you opened the chest 20 times, you have 1,200 crystals, 1,200 tokens here to guarantee 2 premium cards. So it's the same number of premium cards. Do you see what I'm saying? It's the same number of premium cards as the chest, because the chest gives you 2, right? It's the same number for less. So this is like, it's a way to like confuse players. They're like, oh, why would I, this seems like the best deal, I'll just go ahead and buy this. No. You do a little bit of extra work, right? You do a little bit of extra work and you get so much more out of it. It's basically the difference between people who they convert before they go on vacation, right? They convert their money into the local currency and then they take it there and they spend it, versus the people who just spend it on, like, they just use their credit card and it has to convert it twice, right? It converts it into the local currency from yours and then it converts it back to charge you, and you get they double dip on charging you the currency conversion. Now, this is a very rudimentary explanation, and I know that there are some credit cards that are actually advantageous in this way and don't do that. So don't get at me in the comments about the literal accuracy of what I'm trying to explain. But it's basically to illustrate the point that if you just do a little bit of extra work up front, if you buy the crystals yourself and then you go gambling for cards or you go gambling for CTPs, you're going to get a much greater return on average than if you just buy those packs. You could get more unlucky. It's basically impossible to get more unlucky for cards But it's possible that you get more unlucky with the CTP thing. But again, it's still more valuable, in my opinion, much more valuable. And then the last thing that you can do if you don't find any of those things entertaining or fun or valuable or worthwhile is you can buy the crystals and then use it on the bingo. So that's the last thing I wanted to end the video with, because I can't really show you the bingo, but that is 100% what I'm going to be doing. You're going to see my crystals jump up from 7,000 to 27,000. And then I'm going to start doing the bingo as soon as it's live. And I'll have a video out shortly, like just an hour or an hour and a half after this video, where I show you live what the bingo looks like. And we play a little bingo mini game that simulates the bingo thing, which is really, really cool and allows you to get an even better idea for what it looks like. So yeah, sorry for the long video. I wanted to go through all of the sales as usual and basically just explain the strategy and what's best. But yeah, hopefully you don't overspend. You spend responsibly, gamble responsibly, etc., and you have a good time. And if you're not spending, that's okay too. Thanks so much for watching. Smash the like button. It helps out the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.